Hey guys, welcome back to Set the Standard. I am your host, Genelle, and I'm going to be starting a whole new season. This is season 3. We're kind of all over the place. We're not as organized as we want to be, but we're going to really be focusing on the mind, elevating, leveling up in this season. We're going to do a bunch of other really fun stuff, but I'm really excited for this season because it's very positive and it's going to remind myself of what I need to remind myself of. And that's elevating, getting better, becoming the best version of yourself. So with that said, today's episode is going to be how to boss your life up so hard you become unrecognizable. If you want to boss your life up, if you want to elevate, if you want to grow, this is going to be your episode. And these are things that I have been doing, but also I have to remind myself on my days I start to slip up because we are human. We slip up, okay? We fall a little short. But when you really get this into your brain, into your skull, your head, you become unstoppable. This episode is going to be about how people didn't expect you to level up, to elevate, to get better. You're going to be so unrecognizable. People are going to be like, was that? Is that? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's me. So let's get into this. The first thing I'm going to talk about is shift your identity. Your glow up will start in your mind. Now, by the way, a glow up can come anytime. You could be essentially going through nothing and just be like, you know what? I feel stagnant. Time to boss up. Time to glow up. You could go through a friendship breakup. You could have some family issue going on, suffering a loss, a move. Maybe you're feeling confused and you want to start moving in a different direction with your mind. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Whatever it is, you can apply this. It doesn't have to be something specific. So, number 1, shift your identity. Glow up start in your mindset. Stop acting like who you are now. Start acting like the version of you that you want to be. Okay? I had to be brutally honest with myself recently in the past year and a half, 6 months, where I had to look at behaviors in my mindset that were holding me back or that I was ashamed of. And instead of embracing and saying, this is who I am, this is what people need, this is what people need to accept me as, there's no changing me, yada, yada, I asked, is this who I want to be? Because I also was finding that I wasn't very happy. Not only was I not happy with my results of certain friendships, relationships, my career, I also just wasn't happy with myself. And so I asked myself the question, is this who you want to be? I made the conscious decision to shift my identity, to move, to think, to speak like the person I wanted to be. And then ultimately, you're training your brain to be that person. So there were things that I had to take out of my life if I wanted to become that person. And day by day, you will shift into her. You will shift into that person. Ever since I kind of shifted my identity and shifted my mindset, my career has elevated, my income has increased, my relationships are deeper and way more aligned with who I am. I'm attracting confident, secure, successful people into my life. And I align myself with growth, purpose, and confidence. Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So shift your mindset. Become who you want to be. It's hard. Definitely is growth because sometimes you're lazy and you're like, oh, I really want to cuss out this person. If you're about to cuss somebody out and you know that at the end of the day you would feel bad about doing it, stop yourself from doing it. The next one is protect your heart and stay true. One of the biggest things I did when I went into the mindset of bossing my life up is don't let anyone ruin your heart. God will reveal a person's heart to you and where they place you in their life. It's tough, it's difficult, and it hurts sometimes, but He will reveal it and take that as the truth. Don't let someone's inability to love you the way you need to be loved change your heart. Instead, move differently with that person. Change how you move with that person, but do not let it change your heart. God gives us confirmation from people and where we are placed in their heart, not to hurt us, but to protect us. So remember that. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Everything you do in life flows from your heart. I love that. Proverbs 4:23, such a good one. Tell yourself this: I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become after things happen. Do not harden your heart. Do not change your heart. This allows me to give new people a chance in my life. And as I'm elevating and attracting new people, if I have that guard up, if I have that hardened heart, you truly can't grow a team, right? I'm self-employed and I have people that I need to outsource work to. And if I don't trust people with my work, or I don't treat them well, or, I just have a hardened heart, it's really hard to be just like an open light. And I think as a leader, that's so important to have. So guard your heart. Bossing your life up, number 3, includes, this is huge, but get your body right. Get your body right. Okay, you do not need to have the quote perfect body. You do not need to be working towards a perfect body. Let's say you're saying like, I'll never have this like perfect gym body. That's not what this is about. Have the perfect body that looks good on you and learn to love it, learn to nurture it. It makes a huge difference in your mindset. And start to look for inspiration in people that have similar body types, how they dress, how they look, what workouts they do. But currently, I am finding myself in the gym 7 days a week. I do this not to look good, but for mental clarity, emotional balance, inner peace, a daily sense of accomplishment. I like to move every single day. So when I say I'm in the gym 7 days a week, some people are like, you need a rest day. And my rest days are, quote, twice a week. So I technically work out 5 days a week. And then the other 2, when I'm still in the gym, I'm doing a 30-minute walk on the treadmill, or I go for a walk, and then I do a 30-minute stretch. It's so nice. It still makes me feel like I have a clear mind, like I did something. Even if my day, I'm just not in the mood and I'm not having a good day, I still make sure to get that in because I'm like, you know what? I'm still doing a goal that I told myself I would do, and I'm holding myself accountable. And plus, my emotions are more regulated. I get a clearer mind. My creativity, because I'm a creative, it flows so much better when I'm getting in just that 30-minute walk and that 30-minute stretch every single day. I don't care. And it even helps with recovery too. And I do find, even if I do have a slow day, if I am doing this 30-minute walk and this stretch, my productivity is still higher. Then I'm like coming home and I'm like, you know what? I'll do laundry. I will do this. I will straighten this up. I will do my dishes. I will do a couple of emails. Where sometimes if I stay stagnant, I just don't do anything. It's really bad. The next thing to your perfect body that suits you, high protein diet changed the entire game for me. It changed the game. It made me, again, have a clearer mind, and it helped my body with recovery when I was working out. It kept me fuller longer. Unreal. So some of my favorites are smoked salmon, eggs, sweet potato, avocado, cottage cheese, Parmesan cheese, arugula, bananas, dates, almond butter, things that are so simple. I like to eat so simple. I love lemons and limes to squeeze on stuff, salt and pepper, cayenne, so good, an apple here and there, Greek yogurt, blueberries, 10 out of 10. That is literally what I am eating all week. Now, occasional indulgence is totally fine. Once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'm going out with a friend. Well, I see my friends a lot, but I'll go out with them and then I'll indulge and I'll get like some shrimp or something. Or I'm always making sure I'm ordering protein. Always protein on the mind. So if I am going out like tonight I'm going to go see some friends and I have an event, I'm going to just go for the protein. Processed foods really bog you down. Remember, your stomach is your second brain. So a clean gut is a clear mind. The cleaner you eat, the clearer your mind. Next tip is look your best, not the best. You don't have to be the world's number one supermodel. You don't. I'll tell you a little story and open up. So when I was a younger girl, I really looked for validation from my mom when it came to feeling beautiful, feeling accepted. I think when I was really young, I was in dance and singing. My mom gave me a lot of validation. So as I grew up into an almost teenager, so as a preteen, I still looked to her, especially in that time, because I was looking real awkward. I was looking real funky at that time. My parents' marriage fell apart and my mom kind of lost herself, and I wasn't getting that validation. And so I basically turned to figuring out how to validate myself through cleaning myself up, making sure my nails look good, trying out makeup, experimenting with fashion. And I realized that I figured out how to validate myself. And so I think when you're bossing your life up, if you're looking for that external validation, people will always fail you. And first off, if you are Christian, you believe in God, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Jesus is my armor. And I struggle with that at times. I'm not perfect. You are beautiful in his eyes. You were made perfectly. However, when I fall short of that, I still find myself going to that and then realizing that I will validate myself. I will clean up myself. Whenever I take like a nice clean shower, my skin is soft, my nails look good, I look put together. It feels so good. It gives you that extra confidence. Also, when I say look your best, if you don't have money to get your nails done, if you can't afford makeup, I totally get that. Just make sure your nails are clean. Make sure you can buy a file, file your nails. Just make sure things are looking put together, because if you're not where you are in your career, if you're not where you're at with money that you have, if you're not where you're at in the relationship or the love of your life or where you're at there, when you walk out that door, you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to see. So if you look put together, people will treat you differently. I noticed when I was a young teen, when I kind of started putting myself together and trying to make myself look the best I possibly could, people treated me differently. They wanted to talk to me more. And at my little job I was working at, I was in like the sales counter at Nordstrom. People would listen to me more and I just noticed would just give me more attention when I was just more clean cut, put together. Even if you're running out the door, let's say you're a college student or you just got out of college and you're like, I hate doing my hair. Just brush your hair back and put it in a clip. Don't throw it up. Don't throw it up in a messy, crazy bun unless you're really good at doing messy buns that look really great. But just a nice clip, put on some moisturizer. If you have some pimples, I know I do right now, a little concealer. It's tough. I really struggled with acne when I was 19 and I would still cover myself up and just try to look as tailored as I possibly could when going out into the world, especially when I'm not where I need to be in my career and my money and my relationships. When you prioritize yourself, the world will mirror it back to you and prioritize you. The next big thing that I've recently done that has increasingly elevated my life is having hobbies. This makes you so much more interesting as a human being. One thing I didn't really do too much when I was, I think in middle school and high school, is I didn't have a ton of hobbies. I was in track and cheerleading, but I didn't really do much else. And I feel so blessed in my life now. I'm able to explore so many more hobbies. Hobbies outside of what you do for work make you so much more interesting. And it also gives you something to communicate and talk to with other people about. It's not just about the skills, because you may not be good at the new hobby you picked up. It's about the personality. And hobbies don't need to be expensive. Maybe you're trying watercolor. I randomly found a pickleball racket for super cheap, and then I was playing open pickleball for $3. And then that, even though I wasn't good at it, it was like a conversation starter for when I went out and met other people or made new friends or was at an event for work. Even hiking, journaling, like I said, watercolor, drawing, things like that, just to try it out. And even if you're not good at it, it's something to talk about. So with that being said, be in rooms that stretch you. Never be the most interesting or the most important or the smartest person in a room. I actually never try to be in rooms that I am, quote, the smartest or the most important or whatever. I never. And that's kind of hard to do. But let's just say you reach a certain status in your career or in your life or who you are. I always try to be in rooms with people who are better than me, more successful, have more money, are smarter than me, because Surround yourself with people who challenge you, elevate you, and inspire you. I swear, because if you're in a room and let's say you're the least successful, you have the least amount of money, you have the least intelligence, guess where you can go? Only up, baby. In a room full of everyone who's the same or less than, you stay stagnant. And to me, stagnation is the definition of death to me. That's so extreme, but it's crazy. I constantly want to be growing. I constantly want to be elevating. I am hungry to learn. I am hungry to be inspired. Even if you're in a room and you really don't feel like you can conversate with the people, or you're an introvert, extrovert like me, so you get socially awkward at times, just listening in those rooms feeds growth. When you're around people who are more successful than you can hear conversation that you wouldn't hear from people who are less successful than you, who are less intelligent. So show up with curiosity and really just listen in. And then you can take those hobbies or those interests. And what I like to do is when I start getting in those rooms with people, and sometimes I don't know how to start a conversation, if I'm sitting at a dinner or let's say I'm at an event, and I'll be like, oh, so what'd you guys do this weekend? Well, first I'll introduce myself, and then I could say something like, oh, what did you guys do this weekend? And then I just went skiing. So, if they ask me it back, I'll be like, oh, I just went skiing. I was in Utah. Have you been? No, I haven't. Or yes, oh my gosh. And immediately you start that connection. And you can build connections with people in your workplace through hobbies. And then in that, you can have a similarity that builds connection, networking, and then from there you can get further up in your career through having things in common with people you work with or people you want to work with. It's a game changer. Let's say you find yourself in a room where, not that you're smarter than everybody, but maybe everyone's younger than you, or you have the best career that pays the most money and you kind of feel like, oh, I'm in this room and I'm kind of wasting time. What I like to do is I'll go to the person who put on the event. I will say like hi and bye, and then just say I have somewhere to be and leave. I won't spend a ton of time there. Or I practice my leadership skills. So let's say I can't really learn from anyone in the room, or like I said, everyone's younger. I'll practice the leadership skill of active listening. I'll be totally present. I'll put my phone away. I'll practice eye contact. I was not good at eye contact when I was younger. It was really hard for me to kind of really dead look somebody in the eye. Now eye contact, I practice it in rooms that I'm like, I don't know if I want to be here, or I'm not really gaining anything from here, or whatever it is. I'm not really vibing. I will still try to have at least a couple conversations and use eye contact. So that way I can practice it when I'm in those bigger rooms with these more intimidating people who are more elevated than me, more successful than me. Practice that conversation as well. So then when I do get in other rooms, I know exactly how to open up conversation about hobbies, interests, things like that. That will boss your life up so much because you're going to sharpen leadership skills, sharpen your listening skills, sharpen your conversation skills. It's unreal. And then if you're in those bigger rooms, then you can just elevate by listening, learning, talking, opening up conversation with hobbies that you love. 10 out of 10. So these are some ways that you can boss up your life. I'm going to just run through, give a little summary. So the first one, shift your identity, glow up, start in the mind, begin by embodying the person you want to become, and reflect on current behaviors in your mindset. Commit to adapting new thoughts and new ideas. Release the need for external validation. Validate yourself. Find validation within God. Seeking validation can hinder your growth. Get your body right. Number 4, engage in regular physical activity, which will help mental clarity, emotional stability, and focus on a balanced diet rich in whole foods, non-processed foods that will fuel your body and mind, and prioritize your physical health for your overall well-being. Look your best, not the best. Present yourself in a way that reflects self-respect and confidence. This practice enforces self-esteem and opens doors to new opportunities. Number 5, have hobbies that make you interesting. Number 6, be in rooms that stretch you. Number 7, navigate social settings effectively. Number 8, never be the most experienced, smartest, most interesting person in the room. You always want to learn and grow. This is how you are going to boss your life up, because Doing all of these things will take you just to another level where people are like, wow, I did not know this person was capable. And it'll put your best foot forward to be the most successful. And I swear the biggest and greatest revenge and or confidence booster in life is being successful, growing in what you love to do, growing in your self-esteem and your self-worth. I promise it's all worth it. Thank you guys so much for either watching or listening to this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I love talking about this. Maybe I'll do a part 2. And don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all platforms. This is Set the Standard, set your standard, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.